Hi, my name is Ryan McCullum from RMC Strategies and Get Set Marketing. Welcome to Businews, and I look forward to chatting with Al and Corey.
And welcome to Strictly Business. I am Alfonso Centinel. Ryan, thank you so much for coming on.
No problem, my pleasure.
Corey!
Oh, right through the eardrum again this week.
I don't know. There's no way to introduce you. I don't know what the hell. Whatever.
He's here. Just be happy.
No one responded to our questions, so whatever. You're gonna get something obnoxious every time. Anyway, welcome to the show. We have some funny topics. Donald Trump's always a good topic to talk. He's always just funny and stupid. Anyway, so we have a couple good topics.
His hair never changes.
I like your new hair.
It's not really new.
Well, it's a throwback. I like it.
It's a throwback.
Suits you. You're playing within yourself.
It's like June of 2009, 10, and 11 all over again.
I'm back.
So let's jump into the topics. The first one is kind of ridiculous, obviously. So Huffington Post released this article saying most Americans, if they had the choice, would tax hipsters. To be exact, 27% of Americans says hipsters should be forced to pay a special tax because they are annoying. It was a recent poll from Public Policy Polling. So anyway, so it's like skinny jean wearing, whippersnappers. I'm a 9-to-5 job. I mean, basically like people I associate with.
Yeah.
Picking everybody apart.
How would you clarify if you're a hipster you want to tax them extra? How would you want to tax it?
It's even ridiculous to even talk about because it's...
Well, that's why I want to talk about it, because it is so ridiculous.
But at the same time, I mean, so 27% isn't most of Americans.
No.
I think most Americans don't know what a hipster is.
No.
I asked my mom and dad, like, hey, what's a hipster? Hipster's like a creative type. And if anything, when I read it, a place like Springfield we should be giving tax incentives to people who are hipsters to come and help revitalize our city.
Yes.
If you're
Springfield has a big creative economy, really starting to thrive right now.
And it's those folks who come into places like Williamsburg, Brooklyn, that help revitalize a neighborhood. And you get cool bars, cool coffee shops, butcher stores, like all these cool different things. So I like hipsters. I want to be around. I'd give them tax incentives to come in.
Yeah. I concur.
Yeah.
Corey, that's it?
Totally. I just
I'll Corey's comment, totally.
I don't really know what a hipster is.
I think the definition of a hipster kind of goes with, there's no one definition. I don't even know how.
It's almost like art. I know it's art when I see it. And you'll know a hipster when you see it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm thinking of a prominent hipster in our area that you might know, like Brandon Chaco, one of the most talented kids there is. He's in Holyoke. He's a hipster, and he understands the revitalization of the economy.
But people don't understand. Sometimes people want to work with hipster or hipster types where they, especially for example, older companies that they want to try to hit the younger demographic.
Right.
But you're going to need a quote unquote hipster to get your old generation to connect to Gen Y or Gen X or whoever.
So Corey, I think you would know them if you saw them. They listen to bands that begin with the word "the" a lot.
Okay.
The
Killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was 1999. Calm down.
Well, my friend used to see them.
And a lot of the women are kind of throwbacks, even further back than your hair, throwback,
way back
20s, they'll have tattoos of women on their arms and have their hair up,
glasses without lenses.
I gotcha.
And they wear plaid a lot.
Pinup style, girls.
Pinup.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
There we go.
We got it. All right. Okay.
And they tend to work in cool social media places where Al should have some hipsters running around this office. To tell you the truth,
We should have hipster day.
We should have a hipster. We should have a hipster party.
Oh, I like that.
Moving / hipster party.
Because you're just trying to get people to help you move.
Yes. So it's funny that the article says Americans. They did a recent poll from the Public Policy polling? I mean, who are these people who are saying like, yes, we want to tax these people?
Well, how do they get to these people to survey them?
Well, they call them. So
Well,
public
okay.
public policy polling. They're a semi-legit company that does polling. I think what happens is hipsters come into certain communities and they wind up gentrifying communities. So there's people who are always around. So now all of a sudden, these kind of kids or these weird kids are around, and they don't drink Bud Light. They have these micro brews they like, and some guy's going down the street with like a long skateboard. Like they come into communities, and people kind of resent them for coming in the community.
Right.
So I think that's a 27%. You know, and some people are just annoyed by them.
Here at Businews, we are pro hipster.
Yeah, we're pro hipster.
Power to the hipsters. All right. Next up, Donald Trump says. So basically, Donald Trump created a company called FundAnything, and it's basically compete against Kickstarter. And he says Kickstarter would be doing very well if they had Donald Trump on the team. So instead of joining Kickstarter, he decided to start his own company called FundAnything, which is a crowdfunding company that may have it's basically a ripoff of Kickstarter, Indiegogo, but Donald Trump's name's on it. So obviously, it's gonna get APR. It's gonna get people to jump on board. I mean, he's gonna get people to buy the wig. What?
Financial backing.
Yeah, I mean he has his own financial backing. He just take out his wallet and there's like making it rain left and right. But I mean, he's one of those guys where if someone doesn't ask him to partner with something or he'll just create his own and compete against them, and that's it. Like for him, it's like nothing. I'll start my own company,
Right.
and he'll have the name on it. But he probably won't be doing all the legwork.
No.
I mean, the little bit of credit I'll give Donald Trump is that he has some nerve. I don't want to say the other word. Well, he has balls. He has a lot of guts.
You can say balls.
Like, so this one is like these companies have already established themselves. They're crowdfunding, and he basically, to use another throwback term, he bit. And he's a biter. He's doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to make money off of it. And it's just, he thinks he could be president of the United States. Like, this guy really thinks he's the end-all, be-all.
But he's cutthroat, right? So he doesn't care that these people did all this work to start up this company.
No.
He's just going to take over.
If it's more money in his pocket, he does not give it.
So people are better off not even pitching it to him because
Well,
setting themselves up.
So there's already two companies established that kind of do this. He's setting up his own third company. So he's not like taking over. He's just going into a market.
Right, but now he might monopolize it because he's that much bigger than these other two companies, right?
So FundAnything right now has there's over 200 different campaigns. Majority were started and completed before the official launch of the site. So I mean,
most of them are backed by him though. Like,
most of them are his projects, his startups, his portfolio per se. But I'm quoting him right now. He won't make a dime. He goes, I don't want to make anything from this. Whatever I make will be given back to people on the site. I think I'll make a lot of money if I give it all back. That makes no sense, Donald Trump. How are you going to make money if you give it all back? Elaborate on that a little bit. Well, I want to be careful because he sues everyone and their mother for anything to say about them. So we're a little small shop here, Donald Trump. Watch yourself. I don't know. I mean, I really hope this fails. Just because I don't know if it's because it's him. I mean, with him, like I feel like he is a really smart businessman. But he doesn't need to go and like tackle like startup world. He's not. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not his niche.
No, it's not. And
his niche is like real estate. His niche is like corporate. His niche is like large.
Well, right now his niche isn't necessarily corporate or real estate or casinos or any of that stuff. His niche is being a celebrity.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to ride that wave of him being a celebrity. So like he tried to ride the celebrity wave to like challenge the president on stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get too political on stuff.
Oh, okay.
You know, he had the nerve to like.
That was our cleaning up. Anyway, we heard that.
You know, he had the nerve to like to ask the president to produce a birth certificate and all that. Remember that craziness that was going on?
God.
And so like. He is a professional celebrity.
Donald, what are you drinking? Let me know. I would like to have a little sip of that.
He probably has his own alcohol company.
He probably does.
It's the gold bottle. It's vodka.
I like his daughter though. I like Ivanka. Is that
Ivanka,
right?
yeah, Ivanka.
I don't know if there's more of a.
Like you say, she's a MILF now. She's
Is
a
there
mom.
more of a self-promoter than Donald Trump though?
No.
And maybe
I don't think so.
maybe Kim Kardashian's up there, but
But I mean, he does business well. You can't
Right,
fault him
he
for that.
absolutely does.
but not necessarily because he was bankrupt in the '90s. He was
He
was in
all the different
severe debt for a while. So like yeah, he's kind of built himself back up. There was a time when he was really rich and he was really really poor.
Well, I feel like that happens in any business or multi-millionaire. I mean, he necessarily wasn't poor. The companies went bankrupt, but he necessarily.
Well, no,
didn't.
there was this one time that Ivanka told a story where they were walking out of one of their.
What are you guys, friends?
Yeah, you guys talk to each
Yeah.
other. Yeah,
me
speed
and
dial.
Ivanka, yeah. And so they were walking out of one of their.
Yo, E, what's up?
Hi, it's okay.
hey, Vonk, how you doing?
But they were walking out of one of their towers, and there was a gentleman who asked them for money, and he had told her, and she was young. He had told her, he's like, he has more money than I have right now, because I am in debt, millions of dollars, and that guy has no debt, and you should never get into debt. So like, there was a time when I don't poor is not necessarily a word,
Right.
Yeah.
but he was broke, you know, like 50 Cent broke.
Well, he definitely.
But I think he gets it. He gets how to continue to reinvent himself. His show takes celebrities who are not in the limelight at all and introduces
So they're not really
them.
celebrities.
Right, they're B-listers.
I would say F list.
I say
And-
B-list.
I mean, look at
Coolio's B-list.
Who? I was kidding.
Brett Michaels.
yeah.
Well, Brett Michaels only like maybe B list only because of the show on VH1, but
He came to the Big E.
right there. That's all. I'm saying.
Hard Rock, bro.
Next up, Amazon workers are on strike. There's a union representing workers at Amazon in Germany saying members are on strike for push for higher wages from the online giant retailer. The Verdi VRDI union said Tuesday it's urging Amazon to adopt a wage agreement similar to those governing retail and mail order workers. The union says the agreements in Christmas bonuses and extra pay for working nights, Sundays, and holidays could mean as much as 9,000 euros, which equals to about $11,700 more annually for Amazon workers. So that's like $12,000 extra in the pocket just for every worker. Kudos. I hope you guys get it. It's Amazon. I mean, they have the money.
Amazon is growing leaps and bounds. They are the biggest threat to some of the major retailers out there.
Oh,
right now.
absolutely.
So good for these employees for trying to get something out
Oh,
of them.
I agree.
There's no reason
Yeah.
why, you know.
I mean, Amazon is, it's one of the biggest online shopping stores, but now it's because of online shopping that they're going up against the retail stores like Target and Best Buy and all these other places where people go online and they can get it cheaper, get it mailed to them, they don't have to go out and deal with other people and do all this stuff. And, I think the employees they recognize that.
Sure.
They work at a company that.
This issue is more about like classification of workers, so I think they're saying that even though we're not retail and we're not dealing with the public, and even though we're not I guess there's like they said they're not a distribution. They are distribution warehouses.
Yeah.
And they're not mail order, which I don't understand the difference between a distribution warehouse and a mail order place. I guess a mail order
So
place.
Amazon probably ships to a distribution center, which facilitates the local distribution center. So they're probably in the main DC where, larger companies
Lego stuff coming in?
are shipping to their distribution centers, and then they facilitate out to their smaller,
Yeah.
like pop-up DCs.
So what Amazon's
Who then
saying
delivers to your house.
is that these folks are not necessarily as worth as much as the other folks that they have under them,
Yeah.
which is kind of
Pretty much a low blow.
messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Germany's has the largest economy in Europe as far as
Which is
countries are concerned.
kind of, I feel like it's funny because people are like, in the last like 5-6 years, America, the economy, whatever, it's been like that in Europe for years, like 10, 20, sometimes 30, depending on the country, like
It's bad in Europe.
a long time. And Germany is actually doing probably one of the best out of all of Europe, and it's,
And like the unemployment rate for like kids our age in like Italy and Spain is like
It's
like
in
40%. It's
Oh
something
my
stupid.
god! Every family member I have in Italy is like, "Can we go to America? What can we work there? Or we'll go to school there." It's like there's no opportunity. Like, I have a dual citizenship for here and then for Italy, but I will never live there because even though as bad as it is here, it's 20 times worse there. It's been bad for as long as I was been born. At
They had
least.
nothing to do, but like I watched a show one time. It was called Vice on HBO.
I was gonna say, please don't let it be Jersey Shore.
No. I don't watch Jersey Shore. Half those people aren't even Italian. No. Smokey's like Chilean or something. She is.
She's Southern American. I don't know what she
Chilean.
is.
But these guys were, they didn't have anything to do, and they just wanted to disrupt the economy. And they were putting like caulk in ATM machines.
Yeah.
So like they were just messing stuff up, man. They had nothing to do.
No. Next up, we have. All right, so there's this new app where if you happen to be Heather Zielinski, you never remember where you park your car.
I saw her walking the other day.
But she could
She probably lost her car.
She could see every car.
Well, the only reason why I bring Heather up, she's a past guest co-host, but she always cannot remember where she parked her car. She posts on Facebook all the time.
Is that after leaving an establishment?
that serves
probably.
beverages.
Heather, I'm sorry.
We'll let Heather tell you next week when she comes on. But I should probably say, yeah, she is, and I should have saved this topic for her. But
I do this a lot too, though.
How do you do this? Tell me. Before we get into the app,
Because
how do you forget where you park?
Because typically I'm rushing.
Okay, what
Right,
kind
so-
of parking?
But you're
lot?
Italian. Sorry. Sorry, that was horrible. joke.
So
Russian.
I'm just rushing.
Just you should wear the blonde.
I'm just gonna leave now because you guys
So
are.
I want to hear how you lose your car.
So when you're like, you're just like running into wherever you are, you kind of like
Give me an
forget
example.
about it.
So like,
Well, you have a
I
car.
actually got caught in college. My college professor started class with a scenario every day. And he starts off his scenario. So let's say that you lose your car in the parking lot. How would you go about trying to find it? And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, this happened to me yesterday, but I don't want to say anything. Because I basically stood there and set off
Was
the
he
alarm
trying?
and walked around the parking lot trying to find my alarm
you
going
set a
off.
panic
Well,
button off? That's what
he
you-
sat in his car and watched me do this.
oh, so that's why he started that.
Yes, exactly.
That is awesome.
And it's not the first time, and it's probably not going to be the last.
Well, I guess it
understand
depends on the
those.
car make. I mean, obviously, if you go towards like the Toyota, the Honda, like they're everywhere. So maybe you'll get confused, like looking at the same color car. But let's go into this app
Most
first.
recently, I was with two of my girlfriends. We went shopping. And it was a smaller parking lot, and all three of us went up to this car that was the same exact as mine. And I'm trying to unlock it, and they're trying
Well,
to, and it wasn't even my car. I was parked like a couple
This is
streets.
why we need to
That's
have like a
different.
Businews reality show.
That's different than losing your car. And like, I've watched people go to a parking lot and be like, I don't know where my car is.
All the time.
And like, you don't even know what sector of the parking lot.
No. Grocery store with the full cart of groceries. I'm like weaving in and out. Oh, totally.
I always remember the section. It's the casino. Sometimes I get messed up. I'm like, I need to grab the floor. If I don't grab the floor I'm on, I'm like, sometimes.
I
There's one time I went up
parking
three
garages
different-
where it's like, what floor do we park on? But I don't understand like just a regular parking lot. How you do it.
Let's get into this app that is initiating this conversation right now. It's called Automatic. So if you don't remember where you park your car, this app will help you. So it alerts authorities and it also helps you if you're in an accident, which is kind of interesting.
I don't qualify in that part of it. I wouldn't.
Didn't
use
you
it
just
for
get a
that.
flat tire?
That doesn't count as an accident.
Close enough.
And accidentally a razor blade made its way into my mouth.
Like a shaving? Did Rob do
No,
that?
like a big razor blade. I don't know who hates me that much that they would keep a razor blade to like face up.
Tire slash?
No, I just drove over it.
Alright, so this app will help drivers remember where they parked. I mean, that's just one of the features besides the an accident part. But the device can plug into the car, enabling to talk to the smartphone and extract all sorts of useful information. It's a San Franciscan-based startup. It wants $70 per device. I mean, it seems like it's a good idea. I mean, I don't know how effective it's going to be.
I think, I mean, one of the things it talks about is like driving patterns and how folks drive their cars and whether or not you're being as efficient as you can be with your fuel.
Yeah.
usage, and that if you're jamming on the brakes and jamming on the gas, it'll beep, I guess.
Right.
that
So if you come within range, it lets drivers know.
I think
sound
that's
of a
pretty
beep.
good.
Yeah.
Which is good because a lot of the new cars does that, but not everyone has a 2014, 13,
Right.
12, even whatever, where it beeps in every move that you do.
Yeah.
So this app can definitely help with that.
But it's even saying that if you're 10 miles over the speed limit as well.
Really,
Which I would. have to
that'll be
set
annoying
down
the
on.
shit out of me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Not that I go fast, but
I just had a trooper buddy tell me as long as you're 15 under.
I was
stay
told-
within like 12.
I heard 10. So I always the 10 over 10 is fine.
Yeah,
But
don't go 80.
Yeah.
Let's stay in the 70s.
No.
For the Businews crowd, if
Yeah.
you wanted to know. So I mean, this is one of those things that like where you see like the people think the apps and all these things. It's always dealing with social, dealing with like to-do lists, dealing with whatever. But this is one of those things where it's kind of evolving, where the mobile apps are coming into more of like the everyday life and how it can evolve into like helping people manage things. Like if this feature was in a car of itself, it would easily be like $5,000 worth of equipment between like the beeping noise of backing up and getting the radar in and letting people know if you don't have an alarm, have an alarm so you can find your car like Corey, beep it off in the parking lot. I mean,
But how does it? What does it do differently than what she would be doing with her beeper?
well, the article says,
The phone would be like boop, like a GPS towards it, like a.
well, it says and I'm quoting it from Cody, who is. He said, we think it could be the easiest $500 to $1,000 people save in a year. People spend so much time optimizing small things like cutting coupons, but with your car, you can get the feedback on what we're trying to fix. So basically, like the app is going to tell you between losing the car, if you're in an accident, it's going to tell you the mileage. I mean, it'll tell you the fuel efficiency. The app kind of does everything. I don't know how they got away with the name Automatic. I feel like that name should have been taken up a long time ago.
Sure. Well, I think
It doesn't say how you find it. I just read that
Yeah,
part. It doesn't say it at
I
all.
still don't understand, but it's okay.
I know, I didn't even.
No, you didn't. But I think like my smartphone, my car, like it's now my GPS. I just use Google Maps,
Yeah.
and then I put Pandora on or my iTunes on my phone, and she will come in over the Pandora and say take a left. So it's like it's all kind of getting right there. It's integrating everything
Yeah.
that you really need.
Well, there's a lot of cars now that are having the apps right in the dashboard.
Which actually on NPR this morning they were talking about how that's actually bad. You know, how much can we bring into the vehicle without really causing
distraction.
Yeah, everything should be like voice activated if it's going to be mobile. I mean, I feel like the cars themselves are becoming more voice activated in the sense of like plugging in address for the GPS or things like
but
that.
in the newer cars they don't let you activate the GPS unless your car is
It's
parked.
completely stopped. Yeah, I effing hate that in my
Yeah.
car right now. But with the
Did
apps,
you say effing on the show?
I know. I'm sorry. Well, it's one less editing thing I have to do about where I'm bleeping it out. Do you want this up tomorrow or not? But there's no really big mobile communication like voice with the apps. Yeah, in the sense. I mean, there's dictation where you can like record and take notes like of you speaking, but to command an app to do something voice-wise, there really isn't anything like that yet.
I mean,
So Ryan, thank you so much for
No
coming
problem.
on.
You stop kicking me! The whole show.
it's like a special thing.
I didn't know
It's
it was
because you're
like
blonde
what's
now,
his-
or
Yeah.
Yeah, she got her hair's back on.
yeah, red hair. See what he does to you.
No, we went red once. Not doing that again.
Until next week. All right, so we'll be right back with another segment of For Real. Corey found this one, so give me a minute to read it, and then we'll be right back.
I didn't read it either.
And welcome back to For Real. This is the second take,
Well-
For Real. Corey found a topic, For Real.
So, most recently, there was an article published urging people to eat insects, and they listed 8 popular bugs to try. The
8
article,
popular bugs to try.
they're actually very popular. I've never had any of them. Beetles, bees, butterflies, moths, ants, grasshoppers, crickets.
I've heard of
Flies.
grasshoppers. I haven't heard of crickets. heard of
Mosquitoes.
flies of like being delicacies in other countries, but I mean, does that say locusts?
Right.
Grasshoppers, crickets, and locusts.
Anyways, so they're saying that there's a lot of benefits to eating bugs, right? So one of them is you can possibly lose weight. I mean, really, what are we coming to? We have to start
All
eating
right.
bugs?
Can you eat bugs for like a month and let's see if it works? Like bugs only? Like Bugs Life?
Like bugs life? No, I don't think I can do it. And I mean, I don't know even
So
know
this
where you would
is
find
is this like a
these.
spawn off of like what's that show from NBC a while ago? Fear Factor?
Yeah.
Did people lose weight after the show? Is that how they determined the study? Like I don't. How would you figure out? Seriously, like if you eat bugs, you're gonna lose weight. How would you? Did they meet
Well,
someone that's
it's
eaten bugs their whole
already-
life? Or?
It's already part of the diet in many other countries.
Grosser than a lobster?
This is the norm for other
I love
other
lobster.
countries.
Yeah, but fish is
Some-
fish is different than bugs.
Some 2 billion people eat a wide variety of insects regularly, both cooked and raw. Only in Western countries does the practice remain as having the ick factor.
Well, all right. So you think of like all the bugs that people, at least in the U.S., accidentally eat. Like when you sleep,
Right.
you eat a spider when you sleep, or when you're on a moped and you swallow flies if you're ever on a moped or a motorcycle or whatever. But I mean, like,
I was thinking like I'm out running next to the Riverwalk and it's just infested with mosquitoes.
yeah, the humidity.
Disgusting.
I mean, you're granted gonna swallow bugs here and there in your life, but you don't think of it as like, I'm full, I'm done eating. I don't know. To me, I would not sit there and be like, I would like to order 5 grasshoppers. As long as they're
Yeah,
dipped
I
in
know.
chocolate.
Where do you even begin to find all these bugs? Like, where do you go and buy them? Yeah.
Yeah, start with Dave's Pet Food City. If they don't have it, then go to Africa. I don't know.
Well,
Because what does it say? What countries are the ones that are that you actually eat these for delicacies? Because I feel like it's Southern America.
I don't think
a
it's
couple
even
of
for
them.
delicacies. They just eat them all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Asia, Africa, Australia, South America, and Mexico
So everywhere but America.
commonly eat bees and wasps. Wasps. So for real, if anybody's eating bugs on a regular basis.
So if you're eating bugs and you are happen to lose weight,
send us
and
a
it affects
recipe.
business because this is a business show, let us know.
If you're a startup company
And Donald Trump is competing
offering
against
bugs
you.
on your menu, let us know. We'd like to buy some.
Yeah, well,
We're gonna make apples.
honestly, if you have a bug delicacy and you ship them or you have them in your store, let us know. I will try it if Corey will try it.
chocolate covered, preferably.
No, it's straight up like raw. For real. All right, we'll be right back, and that's pretty much the end of the show.